chuck that up into a screw gun. Okay, fresh battery. Let's give this a go. Hey there, YouTube. To crank and crank and crank and get this thing to start. So we want to have electric start, even though this is an old snowblower. Let's see if we can modify it just a little tiny bit. So what I'm thinking is just take this hand crank off. Hand crank. There's the recoil mechanism. Now, if we can look down in here. Oh yeah, we should be able to rotate that nut there. Chuck this up into the screw gun, but this is too big, and I have looked and looked for an adapter so that I can spin my 3/4 inch socket here. A square-headed screw. So something like this. Or let's see. No, too big. How about something like, how about this one? Oh yeah, perfect. So let's see if we can chuck that up into a screw gun. If we could drive this, actually, want to make sure we got the key switch on. We're going to try full choke. I don't know, we'll try throttle midway here. Got gas. And give it the little jiggle test. It looks like we got fuel. If we can do this battery powered start. Losing our fingers here. Thought this would work, but we're just stripping out the screw. We're gonna put some flat spots on this thing. And let's... Okay, now we have a modified socket drive. Square-headed screw, flat spots, so that it doesn't spin in the chuck, and hopefully we got a strong battery. Let's see. Can you see? A couple of bars. Battery powered snowblower starter. Socket goes on. Run full throttle, and let's give it a go. Hey, we're spinning the motor over now. The flat spots did the trick. Okay. Come on. Oh, what are we missing? Is it not pulling it fast enough? Faster speed. Okay, get ready, guys. Here we go. Oh, no power to spin. And we busted the bolt. No go. Okay, so we did have a little setback. Keep persevering. So we're going to get a bigger bolt with a bigger head. So that's what we're gonna, we just spent the last 20 minutes filing on this. Filing this down, and you think, well, why did you waste the time? Why didn't you just go buy a nut driver? Or excuse me, why didn't you just buy a socket driver? Well, being a half hour away from any hardware store, you have to improvise at times. So that's why we got a file, and we don't have a belt sander. So we've been taking some time, and a little bit with files is, you know, metal files come in handy. You can remove a lot of metal with a good, and you can tell just on a file if it's one direction or two direction. And you'll also see a little name down at the bottom. The coarse ones have the word bastard on them. Otherwise, there is going to be a second cut. And some even say smooth. So there's coarse, medium, and fine on your metal files. And then once they get a little shiny, you're going to want to get a file brush and just brush some of those filings out. But we got our drive here. Let's go test this out. Hey, I'm pretty proud of this. A little bit of a hard work getting that file down nice and square, but let me show you how it fits in there. Okay. There we go. And we're going to put that in the drill. Also, fresh battery is going to help. I just sold my Craftsman toolbox. So that's why if you're thinking, why does he have on this Henry Boy Outdoor channel, you know, all these tools unorganized? It's because I just emptied them out. The guy came, picked up the toolbox, and I'm gonna get a new toolbox. And I'm wondering why I have so many utility knives. Why does anybody need, you know, 4 or 5 needle nose pliers? No, I should think about selling these, or I should stock Henry with a nice set of tools so that he can have with him at all the times too. Well, I mean, if you were gonna build a toolbox, what would be the top tools, maybe the top 10 tools that you'd want in your toolbox? You know, let me know in the comments. Back out, fresh battery, new socket drive. I don't know what grade bolt that is, but square fit. We're gonna put that in to the chuck, tighten up good. Okay. And speed 2. Let me just check that again. Speed 2, just to make sure. Okay, so we learned we do need the more speed to get it to start. And that's gonna take full strong battery, and it'll fire up. So let's go to the other snowblower and compare. Okay, so just comparing this older Alice Chalmers with this newer Simplicity, we now have a battery powered start, and we're gonna go electric start on this. But how you start this, again, make sure your gas is on. You got gas, and it has a 1, 2, 3 steps here. So we're turning on the key, choke, we got it into choke mode here. You can see the little diagram. And then number 3, give it a couple pumps. And then if you look right over here, well, also make sure you got your throttle set where you want it. But you can see the extension cord plug and the starter button. So let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna take a look at plugging in, starting, versus battery powered screw gun. Let's go ahead and get them both running. Plug it in, 1, 2, 3, hit the starter. All right, there we have it, YouTubers. So we have the extension cable, or we have the battery power. Tell me which one you think you would rather start with. But we're doing this now because the snow is coming. It is nice 30-degree day today, but in the next few days, snowstorm's coming and we'll be ready to blow snow. If you like this kind of video, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode.